Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome back to Witches of the Moon, Season 11, Week 6, I think. It might be Week 7. I need to double check that. Anyhow, this week we are discussing how we each connect to our tarot or oracle decks, or both, as the case may be. Now, this video for me is going to be pretty short because my connection to the cards is going to be instant, or it's not going to happen. So I've never had a deck that I kind of was like, maybe I'll give it a try. For me, it's very quick. The first thing that gets my attention about a deck is the artwork. Okay, so for example, the images on the deck. This is one of my newest oracle decks. This is the Nature Spirit Oracle cards, and I'm going to show you a few of these, and I guarantee you this camera does not do these pictures justice. But what I really like about these cards are the nature images on them. They're very vibrant, they're very colorful, they're very beautiful, and that's what gets my attention instantly. I need an instant connection to the artwork on the deck. So this deck I absolutely love. I use this for some personal readings when I want something a little quicker than and more straightforward than a tarot deck. Although I will tell you, this oracle deck isn't as straightforward as some of the other oracle decks. Like I got the maps. Oh gosh, can't think of the name of the deck, and I don't have it here. It's at my office. Half my decks are here in the house, and half my decks are at the office. But I got a beautiful one by Colette Baron Reed from Lady Jane's Bewitchery in a giveaway that Nadia did some time back, and I really liked that oracle deck. And it's very straightforward, like what it says on the card, that's the meaning. There's no interpretation needed there. I have the Halloween oracle, which is not here either, but let me show you one of the tarot decks that I got at the same time. Now, my connection to a deck is going to start with the artwork. And there have been a couple of decks that I was absolutely intrigued by that I really wanted to see. Now, this is the Vision Quest Tarot. Okay, I wanted something of a Native American type theme that spoke to me, and this was it. And I really like this one because not only does it have, you know, it's got names for the cards just like a tarot deck, and it is kind of structured on the Rider-Waite series, but some of the cards are a little bit different. So in terms of the titling, I like Mother of Water. I think that's pretty cool. So that would be like your Queen of Cups. So I really like this deck, and for me, the artwork is going to be the catcher. It gets my attention immediately. However, I will tell you that there have been a couple of decks that I was intrigued by the artwork. Really liked the artwork. Wanted to see the deck in person. And when I actually got the deck in my hand, I was like, There was something about the feel of it that I just did not like. Now, there's another one that I cannot wait to dive into. That's this one. This is the, sorry, you can't really see that. The Stolen Child Tarot by Monica Knighton. This was one that I got through backing it on, not Indiegogo. Might be Indiegogo, but it's inspired by William Butler Yeats and one of his poems, and I was really excited about that. So I might be drawn to a deck for different reasons. I liked this one because I liked the poem and I liked the imagery in the deck, but I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know how I'm actually going to connect with it. It feels good so far. Spirit Keeper's Tarot was an instant. The minute I saw Benabelle's artwork for this deck, and I knew she was doing a deck, and I knew kind of her concept behind the deck, I was instantly drawn to it, and I love this deck. It's great for shadow work. I also really like the Crow Tarot. I backed it as a backer on the Indiegogo, and I also have the actual published deck. So I have the two. And I will tell you, although I love the artwork in this deck, I actually like this deck better. The backs on this deck are different, and the artwork just draws me to it more than it does to this one. But I like this deck. I mean, the general artwork is kind of the same. But I also have to like the feel of the deck. It has to have messages for me and its energy and in its concepts that draw me to it. Like I said, I mean, I think it was the Witch's Tarot. I really wanted to see it because I loved the back of the artwork and that sort of thing. And once I actually had it in my hand, I was kind of like, I don't think so. It felt flat to me. The cards have to feel alive in order for me to do that. So my connection to the deck will be an instant yes or no. Now, once I get the deck, if I decide, yes, this deck is for me, I will spend a couple of days working exclusively with that deck. I will not change decks. I will not pick something from another deck or do a reading for myself from another deck. I will kind of get a feel for that deck. I'll get to know it. I'll do several readings with it. I may journal with it. I have a journal that I keep some of my readings in and that sort of thing. The catch to that is that some of the decks that I buy, I don't ever intend to use for myself. Either I will use them for other types of readings, or I might choose a deck strictly for a specific type of reading, like the Spirit Keeper's Tarot. I got that specifically for shadow work. The Vision Quest Tarot I got specifically for also shadow work, but of a different vein, more of a connection with my ancestors. I do have the Ancestors Tarot, which is OOP right now, but I understand they're going to be re-releasing it. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true, but I got that one specifically for ancestor work. I got the Crow Tarot specifically to do deity work, so working with the Morrigan, messages directly from the Morrigan to myself. And a couple of the decks, like the Stolen Child Tarot, I have the deck that Amy Webster gifted me set time back, which I think is the Dreamer's Tarot, and this was the first deck I'd had since my mother destroyed my cards back when I was 11 years old, and I absolutely love this deck, but I use it for other people's readings. I don't do my own readings with it, so it's just a deck that I really like the artwork. I connect with the deck. She did not. She gifted it to me. That's the back of the deck. There's some of the artwork. I think it's all computer generated artwork, to be honest with you. But I really like it, and I do feel connected to the deck enough to do readings for other people with it. I don't, like I said, I don't usually use it for readings for myself. I do it more for readings for other people. And some decks I'll use for both, like my Nature Spirit Oracle deck. I may be drawn to that deck and use that deck for myself, and I may be drawn to it and use it for others. It kind of is a matter of what deck I feel is calling to me or speaking to me, so to speak, at the time that somebody orders a reading. And it may depend on the type of reading they're looking for. If they're looking for a love reading, or if they're looking for a business reading, or if they're looking for a general life reading, I will pick the deck that calls to me, because I will get an instant knowing of what it is. And when I read, I don't second guess myself. I don't say, well, it could mean this, but it could also mean that. No, I know instantly what the cards are telling me. I don't read reversals, because to me the cards are archetypal. They have multiple meanings within the card itself, and so it's whatever message I'm getting instantly in my head that I hear. I kind of hear it, so I'm clairaudition. I hear the message in a voice, not my own, I might add, and that is the meaning of the card, whether it be positive or not as positive as people would like to hear. So, you know, whether it's a challenge and an opportunity, or whether it's a beneficent sort of thing, I will just do it like that. So my connection to my cards has to be almost instant, or I won't take the deck. Another example I can give is that recently I went on a little witchy shopping trip with Tequila and with Bex Long. We went to a shop that I love in Fort Worth called the Enchanted Forest. And they have a large variety of decks, I would say. They even still have some Doreen Virtues for collectors that are wanting to snap a few of those up. But there was a deck that I'd been eyeballing for some time, and it was a Native American. In fact, I think it was called the Native American Tarot. And as soon as I picked it up, I was like, and that's when they handed me the Vision Quest Tarot, and instantly I was like, yep, this is the one. Never mind. You know, I was looking for that Native American theme to draw me to that part of my ancestry. And so, you know, I was like, It felt flat, very flat. Whereas the Vision Quest Tarot spoke to me. It snapped me right away. And I said, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. So my connection is instant to the artwork initially, to the feel of the deck in my hand and how I feel about the deck once it's in my hand. And then I will spend time getting to know the deck, getting to kind of get a feel for the meanings of the cards as I see them. Because for me, the meanings may shift a little bit. I mean, again, the cards are archetypal, and so cards kind of have general meanings, positive and negative. But I kind of get a feel for how this deck is going to read for me by sitting with the deck and working with it and doing some, you know, just quick reads for either myself or someone else in my head. And like I said, I may journal that, kind of get to know the feel of the deck and get a feel for it. It's like when you buy a new car. You know, driving a car, it's the same no matter what you do, right? You get in the car, you start it, you drive it, but it feels different. It's the same way with the deck for me. It feels different depending on the deck. So it's a lot like driving a new car. You got to kind of get to know the car and how it works. It's the same thing with a new deck, whether it be tarot or oracle or of the Rider-Waite or the esoteric styling of Crowley. You have to kind of get to know how it works. And so you get a feel for it by utilizing it and kind of driving it around a little bit, test driving it, seeing how it works. And then I'll kind of decide at that point whether this is a deck I'm going to use strictly for myself, or if it's a deck I'm going to use both for myself and others, or for others only. So that's my spiel on that, folks. I hope you have a wonderful week. Blessed be, and we'll see you soon.